Some leftist in Finland here. So anyone who knows me knows that I am a pretty big George Carlin fan. Very, very big George Carlin fan. Probably the only celebrity whose death I can remember actually shedding a tear over. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Um, when I saw the I'm Glad I'm Dead special that so many of you sent to me, at first I was intrigued, and listening to the first 5 or so minutes of it, I was like, God damn, AI really fucking sucks. Stop this madness, alright? Okay, well, now I understand that it has come to light that Dudesy or whatever the hell the channel that made it, they wrote this. Somebody actually wrote this out by hand. It was not AI created. But can we just stop writing things and reimagining them as if these things came from somebody who's no longer with us, somebody who's dead? Don't know if you guys got the memo, but dead people, they can't talk. They can't communicate with us. They can't say a damn thing to us. They can't show us signs. I know some of you, the more religious or maybe more spiritual than me, people out there might think that, oh, yeah, I can communicate with the dead. No, they can't talk. So that means the shit that you write in their name, you are claiming that this is something that you think they might say. You think that this comedy material is stuff that you think that they might write. It's not necessarily stuff that they would write. And Carlin has been aware of people putting shit in his name for a long, long time. He's had an internet presence for a long, long time. For an old fuck, as he called himself, and I affectionately refer to him as an old fuck, or for an old fuck, he really was in tune with things happening on the internet. In the description below, you will find a link to a Wayback Machine capture. This was about an email that went around not long after Hurricane Katrina. It was called the Hurricane Katrina Rules. This was on his website. I used to visit his website weekly when I was younger, before he died. And this was on his website forever, and a little link before they changed it. I did not write this, and what he ended up saying about this list of rules that so many people attributed to him, just to paraphrase, floating around the internet these days, posted and emailed back and forth, are a number of writings attributed to me, and I want people to know they're not mine. Don't blame me. I want people to know that I take care with my writing and try to keep my standards high, but most of this humor on the internet is just plain stupid. I guess hardcore fans who follow my stuff closely would be able to spot the fake stuff. Yeah, because of the tone. The tone of voice is so different, but a casual fan has no way of knowing, and it bothers me that some people might believe I'd actually be capable of writing some of this stuff. So he had an awareness of this kind of stuff, that people would write dog shit and put it in his name. Now, when I said after about 5 minutes, I thought, wow, AI really sucks. It's not just because I thought that maybe the jokes were lame, poorly written. Not at all. Not at all. I don't know who wrote it, but it seems like they know how to write a comedy skit. But my problem is when people use the names of especially dead entertainers to write things that they may not have ever necessarily said. Putting words in the mouths of dead people who can't defend themselves, or words in the mouths of dead people who can't, knock on our doors or put out a press release saying that, hey, this shit, I don't believe this shit. This is against my morals. This is against my values, my scruples, or this is just stupid bullshit that I would never, ever think to write in a million years. I would never say this. I would never do this. I'm not this insensitive. So on and so forth. They can't say these things, but we've got humans out there like this Dudesy, Doodly, whatever the fuck their name is, making material and putting it out under their name, obviously because the name recognition, and obviously because it pays. And now they're going to court, so we'll really see how much that pays, Dudesy. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like what AI is doing to the arts. One bit. Don't like it. It's supposed to be, AI is supposed to do all the hard jobs so that us humans can go back to doing what we should be doing, which is creating art. art of all kinds. And George Carlin, if you've watched any interviews of his, if you've seen any of his material beyond what he did on stage, you would know that he really valued what he did as a writer. He called himself a writer, you know? And he said that he really began to find his voice when he started to write new material for each of his specials. He really started to find his voice as a comedian, not just as a comedian, but as a writer, as an artist. George Carlin was a fucking artist. The people who are writing shit in his name and putting it out in his name are not artists, they are thieves. They are not doing any justice to the memory of George Carlin. Maybe they think they are. Maybe they think they are. Their family sure as fuck doesn't think so. And that's like the danger of AI, right? Not just deep fakes of living people, but deep fakes of dead people. This wasn't necessarily like a negative deep fake, I understand. I understand that it wasn't something filled with a lot of hateful, incendiary, maybe even racist, homophobic, bigoted sort of material. It was just like a comedy skit that people could hear and think, oh, wow, this could be something that George Carlin would put out. But, you know, today it's that, tomorrow it's somebody putting out something in his voice saying all sorts of nasty, disgusting shit that George Carlin would never have stood for. And people going, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're doing it. Can you imagine the way AI is going? Can you imagine what it's going to be like in 5 to 10 years? Like, we've already got robocall deepfakes of Joe Biden going around. It's going to get so bad. It's going to get so fucking bad. And the arts and culture and entertainment in this world is already suffering, not just because of AI, but because of the scourge of right-wing assholes who in government who just defund culture, defund the arts because they want you to work. I said in a previous video, I truly believe that the number one reason right-wingers, other than being clueless, inept, and stupid, culturally, and yeah, you know, just generally sometimes, beyond that, it's because they don't care if people have something to do after work. They don't care if people have passions outside of work. They want your passion to be work. They want your passion to be serving in the military or serving some billionaire. Either way, those are the only two paths right-wingers want for human beings. Work and military. Work and military. And then you die and it's like, oh, okay. Then we replace you with somebody else who goes to work or goes into the military or becomes a cop. Oh, God. Oh, do anything but become a cop. Anyway, I didn't particularly like the special. It was like most things put out on YouTube that are AI and, you know, like, and there are things that are entertaining. The other day, I saw a video of an Alice in Chains song and Lane Staley's voice was replaced with Sheldon Plankton from SpongeBob. That was okay. It was for a laugh, you know, it was pretty funny, I will admit. But when you're making an entire monologue of words that could have come from somebody, and not only that, but using their name and you know, like people would know if they know George Carlin's been dead for 15 years that okay, this isn't something George Carlin made, but still the principle exists that some of the things within this monologue or whatever else gets written for any other dead person from here on out, some of these things could be absolutely things that they absolutely would never say, would never write, would never do. And I think that is important. I really think that is important because we should focus on the things that these people did in life. We should focus on the legacy that they left. We should focus on the real, actual things that these people did for the arts, for entertainment, for us, for themselves, whatever. Not the bullshit that comes out after. What you're essentially doing, dudesy, is fan fiction. And that's what you should release it as. If you're so proud of what you wrote, you're so proud that so many people think that Carlin could have wrote this, maybe put it out under a different name. Maybe put it out under an assumed name or your own name. Maybe make it more explicitly clear that this was something that was written by a human being and that you're doing this as a tribute. You know, again, I know people will automatically see it and think, okay, I know this isn't Carlin because he's fucking dead, but still, just knock it off. Oh, please, just knock it the fuck off. And I know that's not going to change anything, but imagine where art and culture is going to be in 5 to 10 years. You know, not only because of AI, Not only, but not only because of the scourge of right wingers who don't give a fuck about the arts, just defund the arts at every turn, but all the deep fakes and the robocalls with the deep fakes and all the ways that human beings and the capitalist class are going to use to manipulate AI for their own benefit. And what are the ends of their benefits? Of course, the almighty dollar. Don't like where AI is headed. Just like a lot of other technologies, the billionaire class gets their hands on it, and this is what we get. Dog shit. So maybe as human beings, we could, be a little better than the AI, or try to be a little bit better than the AI, and continue to make our own work, continue to write our own material, continue to paint our own pictures and take our own pictures and make our own movies and leave the AI to other things. Stop letting AI fucking infiltrate the arts. It's sickening. It's fucking sickening. Have a good day, folks.